Okay, as I told you, we are waiting for the three teams to make an answer to a question. The first team about culture and the leadership, the Clara and the Vivek. Clara. And second team, Jonathan, Charlotte. Third team, the Captain and the Eustace. Okay? Okay, yeah, please.
Okay, sorry. I was like waiting for you. Okay, so this is our discussion session. So the first one is, what are possible difficulties a German leader will face when taking over a team in the company's subsidiary in Namibia? So just to remember, because it was a long time ago, actually the Germanic people rather an effective leadership based on participation, charisma, but they are really task-oriented and not so much relationship-oriented. Whereas the African and sub-Saharan leadership is more about the relation you have with the others. You talk a lot about your family, and your personal issues is maybe more important sometimes than your work. So the main problems you can face when you work with, if you are German and you work with African sub-Saharan people, might be, I think, like the difference of punctuality, timing, and deadline. German people are really about, like, there is a deadline, you have to respect it, and sub-Saharan, if there is like a case by case, it's okay, as long as you have a reason to do it. So it is the main issue, actually, I think. And furthermore, like in the sub-Saharan leadership style, you know that autonomy is seems like a weakness and not like a strength, as a difference of the German. So it will be complicated. Like, for example, in discussion or even in meetings, like they are waiting to have a leader to let them speak, at the difference of the German, who have more initiatives during the meetings. Yeah,
okay.
That's all for my answer, actually.
Thank you. And the second question is, how do you think can a leader adapt to different culture, and how we avoid the culture clashes in the company? Yeah, definitely it happens when you are leading, and you are leading kind of diverse environment, like lots of different cultures. I think here we can use the directive style in order to manage. For a leader itself, he should be maybe adaptive. He mold himself according to, because maybe as a leader he should be, and he should be experienced a little bit about the culture. And the second one is how we avoid the culture clashes. Suppose here we are from the different culture right now, and maybe respected professor managing it somehow, and it is kind of directive style, because they teach us that how you can manage and direct us in a direction in such a way so we can understand the culture here and adapt it as soon as possible to work at our full potential here. So directive style, I think it's a good thing for a leader to direct the persons in a way so they can adapt the culture and give the performance accordingly. And that's it from my side.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right. They showed us on the several perspectives of that in relation to the culture and the leadership. Okay. Yeah. Team leadership.
Question we got is, do you think internal or external actions are more effective? I think that we have to consider both, because they are related.
Wait. Wasn't I supposed to do this one?
No.
Okay, well then I'm not prepared for it.
you cannot take only into account internal actions, that is to say task or relationship actions, because you won't be able to improve internal interface with the team, for example. It also depends of the situation and the main problems that the leader points out when analyzing its team. Sometimes one action will be more needed than another one. And the second question is, how can you improve your team effectiveness? In order to improve the team effectiveness, it would be more appropriate for the leader to apply the HEARS model and start by answering the 3 questions of the leadership decisions. So the best way is to analyze and detect the problem in order to take actions and improve what is wrong.
All right, well, apparently I need to do this one. Do you think that one characteristic of an effective group is more important than the other? If yes, which one? Well, it's kind of general, and I think it's very situational. So it depends on like what your team does and what characteristic is most necessary in order to be successful. Like if you're in a communications department, perhaps like internal communication can be really important in order to be effective, and in a manufacturing company, it's like collaboration. So it's kind of a matter of like assessing the factors that are relevant in the external environment as well as in the internal in order to like get most out of it. So I don't think there is one in particular. I mean, it's kind of common sense. It really depends on like your team and like what's expected of your team and like which characteristic is most important in order to achieve that. I mean, that's the best I can do since I am prepared.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Leadership ethics.
But here, ethic, this is about how the leader has to be, and he just has to be ethical, responsible, and morally responsible each time he make a choice, a decision, and an action. So this is not either the leader is ethical or not. It's the leader has to be ethical.
So this leads me to my question, which is, in your opinion, is one principle of ethical leadership more important than others? If yes, why? First of all, I would like to point out that I think that all 5 leadership principles are very important, but there are 2 for me personally who are more important than others. It is respect and justice, because for me, also from experience what I had with superiors and also me as being in a leading position, I think that justice is one of the most important ones actually, because being fair within your organization or your group or whatever kind of formation of people you have, fairness is the most important part, because it gives you as a leader a specific attribute and gives the followers a specific feeling you give them if you treat everyone fair, and it gives them another strive towards success rather than if you treat someone unfair. And the other one is respect. Of course, fairness and respect go hand in hand in one way. Therefore, I think that I think that respect is very important, because if you don't respect each other, there's not really a good group dynamic and group atmosphere. And if this is not part of what you try to give to your followers, they won't give it back to you, and therefore the success will be, it will be a hard time to achieve this success. Therefore, I think that these two are more important than the other two. Three. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Right. Yeah. Yeah, yes, as you might remember, that I just explained some kind of the concept or some kind of assumptions which we might have in relation to the ethics, leadership ethics. Okay, so I suggested two kinds of assumptions about the possibilities which the human beings are likely to be some kind of a ethical or the unethical being. Okay, and also the second assumption I raised was that is it possible to bring forth the level of the morality, the level of moralities by training or by participating in the program or the training, leadership training. Okay, so we temporarily concluded that the level of moralities can be trained or some educated, okay, by putting in our best effort. For example, by participating in any several or the sort of the programs. Okay, so it is possible rather than innate capabilities. So we can see any possibilities, okay, for us. If we wish it to bring forth, upgrade the level of the moralities, is possible, okay? Probably to some amount we want to hope to bring forth, bring up the level of moralities. And also, I just introduced some kind of a story about the story between the David and the Bathsheba, okay, at the end of the last class, okay. So I want to talk about some kind of the very romantic story, but it just turned out that the failure of leadership, okay, of famous King David case, okay. Why, even though he was successful, the effective leader in Israel, but finally, at the last days, it turned out, he was a failure. Probably to reduce the reputation degree. Okay, the failure of leadership. Why? What was the major reason why? Okay, so I'm going to talk about after we discuss this question. Okay, two questions. All right. All right. There are three questions that would help you to understand these chapters. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Who wants first victim? Volunteer to read the first question. Clara? Yeah. You smiled at me.
Discuss ethical theories based on self-interest versus interest for others, including some examples of ethical egoism,
Altruism. All right. Yeah. I made differentiation among three different approaches, or the reasons why you behave ethically, okay, as a successful leaders, or the effective leaders, okay. So the first reason why is ethical egoism, just for yourself. right? Just for your interest, like a business company, business sectors, or the utilitarianism based on the theory of the Jeremy Bentham. You know the Jeremy Bentham? Oh, you don't know that. Okay. Jeremy Bentham, very famous philosophical scholars around the 17th centuries, okay, in Germany. And also John Stuart Mill, or the James Mill, okay, based on their philosophical theories, okay. What is the propagandas of the utilitarianism? So the propagandas. The most happiness of the most people, okay? They want to pursue some kind of agendas. How can they pursue, okay, the happiness of the most people, the majority of this group, okay? The most amount of the happiness, they're gonna pursue it, just for the most people. Yeah. What's the best way? How to allocate some amount of the fund, okay, provided by your federal government, our government, or the scholarship, okay, yeah. So the utilitarianism, just for ourselves, how can we do? We have to search for the best way, okay, to reflect the utilitarianism over the altruism, okay, love for everybody, okay, love for everybody, altruism, to show, just like a good Samaritan. Sometimes we need to sacrifice ourselves, that we have to give everything which we have to our neighbors, altruism, philanthropic perspectives. Okay, so ethical theory is based on self-interest versus interest. Okay, discuss. I mean, with some points, the possibilities, or the application. How would you apply these three theories into a real world? Okay, in your company, in your communities, how do we apply? Okay, there must be a limitation of the possibilities in each theory. Okay, or probably what it ought to be. That's a prescriptive approaches. Or we have to do, okay, as a human being. You just feel some kind of duties, okay. As a duties, okay, as a duties, what do we have to do to apply to these three kinds of approaches? Okay, discuss. Second, who wants to read? All right, Sonia.
Discuss high-paths, perspectives on ethical leadership and Green Leaf's approach to leadership for servant leadership by taking some examples.
All right. So you should take some examples which would be suited for some kind of supporting the high-path perspectives on ethical leadership. Okay. What is the major function of the leaders in line with the high-path perspectives? All right. The major function, just for the effective leaders, to help followers to get over, to address some kind of problems, maybe the struggles in their mind. How they overcome. Ooh, surprise. Okay, yeah. After your subordinate overcome or address some kind of psychological struggles, they have to behave, they have to act as ethical followers, ethical leadership in the process of leadership activities. Okay? Yeah. High pace, Green Leaf's approach. Oh yeah, I'm gonna supplement some the Greenleaf's approaches to leadership. Okay, you may heard about some kind of servant leadership based on the Greenleaf's theory. Okay. According to Greenleaf's approach to leadership, there are two major rules as effective leaders. First one, serve your followers. Okay, that's the first acting rule. If you want to be the effective leaders, serve your followers like a servant, public servant. Okay, first job. Second role is to make your followers to do ethically. Okay, yeah. By motivating them something. By motivating your followers with something. Okay, yeah. So Greenleaf's approaches. Oh, you know have you read some kind of the novels? The Journey to the East, written by the German novelist. Who is it? Hermann Hesse. Hermann Hesse. Julia, have you read that? Do you know the famous novelist? Hermann Hesse. I read some novels written by him when I was the middle school and high school. Okay. I was very deeply impressed by this. But his novel, The Journey to the East. Have you read that, Maurice? Okay, try after you come back to your country. Okay, very, it triggers a lot of inspiration. Okay. Inspiration. There is a hero. There's a hero. He acts as a secondary servant. Okay, but even though he acts as a servant, his real activities, or his real function was the leaders, by leading a lot of the priests who wants to take a worship in the east. Okay, yeah. During the journey, a long journey to the east, the servant disappeared. Okay, without any notice to they are the priests, a lot of priests. So, okay, so a lot of the troubles happened right after he disappeared, and a lot of priests realized that, oh, who was our real leaders? Oh, that was the servant who served us. Okay, even though he acts as a servant, in a real meanings, he was our real leaders. There's a major or the core concept you want to refer to servant leadership. If you want to be the good servant leaders, the first job is serve your neighbors or serve your followers, serve your subordinates. That's the first job. It sounds very easy to serve by serving, but in reality, it's really difficult. Every human being is likely to be somebody treated as a VIP. There's an inclination over the general human beings. Okay, so serving your neighbors is against your some inclination. Okay, yeah, you're dispositioned. So even though you are inclined, you are apt to be treated as a VIP, you have to get over some kind of inclination or the human intuition, okay, to be treated as a VIP, okay, yeah. After you get over some kind of the human intuition, you can be able to become a good leaders, servant leaders. Okay, that is some kind of the golden rules. Golden rules. You know the golden rules? Golden rules. Okay, do your neighbors or give a favor to your neighbors as much as you want from your subordinate, from your neighbors, right? Yeah. First job is give. The second job is take. Give and take. Just based on the transactional relationship. Okay? Yeah. Golden rules is a very famous proverb from the Roman age, Roman Empire age. Okay? Yeah. There was a very famous Roman emperor. He just put the proverb at the front of the gate. Not to forget the very famous proverb. Okay, do everything just for your neighbors as much as you want to receive. Okay, yeah. Do you know the reason why it is called the golden rule? Golden, made of the gold. Yeah, the gate was made of the gold. It's very simple. Made of the gold. The emperor's gate was made of the gold, a golden rule. Do you know that? Yeah. Okay, very interesting story. Okay, so approach to leadership called servant leadership by taking some examples. Okay, some examples. Okay, you may take some examples. Okay, third one. Who wants to read? Boris?
Discuss the 5 principles of ethical leadership: respect, service, justice, honesty, and community by taking some examples.
All right, yeah. To use this, introduce the 5 principles, 5 virtues. Respect others, serving others, justice, show justice. If you want to be the effective leaders, ethical leaders, justice. How do you define the justice in India, or in Netherlands, in France, in Korea? Even though it sounds like a little bit different, according to some of the countries, by countries, by countries, yeah, it shows us some kind of shade of meaning. Okay, a little bit different, but essentially, the term or the meaning of the justice is underlined the same meaning. Okay, same deep structures. How to define the justice? I think that this justice itself is a very, very important term. Okay, to keep our word, to control your word. Justice. Who can be just? Just. Who can be just? I think. Oh, I told you that at the first time, at the beginning of this class, how do you differentiate the manager and the leaders? That is one of the questions you enjoyed the midterm exam. What's the difference between the manager and the leaders? leader behaves the right thing. Manager acts in right way. Right way. Okay? Yeah. Leader who acts right thing, do right thing. Right means, okay, that comprises some kind of the values. Okay? You have to pursue the values. Okay, right or wrong. That's agenda for the ethical issues. Okay? Yeah. So, right or wrong, or to various equalities, inequalities, aligned with just the term of the justice. Okay. Every ethical leaders have tried to pursue the term or the value of justice in their leadership process for the long history of the world. Honest communities. You have to grow the communities, okay, based on the wisdom. Wisdom? I told you already. Do you remember wisdom? Mm-hmm. When I refer to the culture and the leadership, wisdom. We have to go together. Okay, yeah. We have to put together with our old energies or the powers, okay, to make a big company, global communities. Okay, so you have to take some examples from your point of view. Okay, 3 questions. Okay, yeah. Okay, why don't you make a group with the 4 students? Okay, front side and back side. Okay. I'll give you 10 minutes for 3 questions. 3 questions, 3 students or the 4 students, okay. Yeah. 3, 4. Oh, 3? 5. Okay, 5. You are 3? Sorry, 3. Yeah. And you are 4. Jonathan, please come.
Is the PowerPoint also until yesterday? The deadline for the
What's what?
PowerPoint?
What?
The PowerPoint for the report.
Point what?
The PowerPoint, the presentation.
PowerPoint, yeah.
Yeah. Is it also, I thought, isn't it till the 22nd?
Yes, same day.
Same day?
Yes. Yeah, you have to upload
I will send it today because I thought it's until May 22nd.
maybe 22nd?
I thought.
Oh, no.
Okay, I will upload
By the
today.
same day.
Okay.
15th, okay?
Okay, sorry.
신경을 쓰는 거죠.
So which
만약에
will
리더
then
자신한테
altruism?
뭔가 이득이 없더라도 만약에 사회 전체 그런 조직 전체에 이득이 되면 그건 공리주의적
공리주의 입장에서 해야죠.
좋다라고 볼 수 있는
그렇죠.
Structure that he also has like personal.
Are you okay?
Service.
Sorry, I was overslept.
If a teacher helps
You still sleepy?
No, I couldn't sleep.
Justice, I think, is a good example.
Or like every
Just
whole organization. I mean, but it's about the leadership. So a company can be focused on the altruism, but the leader itself may still be self-centered.
Exactly. Fairness, justice, honesty, take it away. Take care, take it away.
Of course, I mean, I think that that's the situation. In some situations, you have to be self-centered, right, and not think about others to maybe maximize profit or whatever. In other situations, it may be better to think about others instead of yourself. Yeah, I mean, focus on the greater good.
Okay, every group is done.
No,
All three questions. Keep going. How about this group? Are you done?
Talked about the third and second one.
Yeah, we're trying to find it.
About 2 and 3?
Yeah, the second and the third one we did. Like the
But
first
it's
one.
kind of difficult to find examples, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Article like this.
What this group?
Yeah.
All right.
Altruism is serving.
yeah, okay. So, yeah, so the service is the most important thing.
Do we put in an 18 use? And she goes with like super hot air. Oh, they only turn on that. Is that funny?
Yeah, okay.
At night, man, sometimes.
They have to take care of their students, like
Also not only with followers, but other
Okay, so it's like your best friend or say that the servant leadership is maybe too kind because they see their teachers as friends or family. So then they might be too nice to you, so they don't give you a clear thing, while the other one helps the subordinates with their own improvement, even if heavily strict. So which one would be better?
Okay, okay. Why don't you wrap your group discussion? Okay. Okay, about the first question, who wants to talk about the first question? Which team? Three kinds of reasons why today ethically as a leader. Yeah, sometimes the three kinds of reasons could be mixed. Okay. Yeah, for some second, I just tried. I have done with some specific reason, just for myself. Okay, or with some perspective for the utilitarianism, or I would be a good Samaritan to show my love for everybody. Okay. Okay. Any other question that you want to talk about? All right. Chloe? Yeah. Please.
We have seen that ethical egoism is when the leader answers to his own self-interest, but the consequences of his action are still ethical.
You are talking about the question number one?
Yeah. So, furthermore, utilitarianism is the best action. Is the best action which maximizes utility, and the altruism is practice of concern for the welfare of others. So, for example, we have found that Greenpeace can be a good example for the three process, and that's all.
Okay. So, are you going to supplement?
Well, for example, I think, for example, Greenpeace, they have the focus on helping others, so being ethical. So the leader in such a company must be thinking ethical instead of being self-centered.
Okay.
So I think, according to us, that would be a great example for such a leader.
Such a leader. All right. So you're talking about the question number one,
Yes.
or question three.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
No?
also a question.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
Yeah, we focus more on question number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah. We don't like the other question. We all think that the best values is respect, because from respect everything can start. And if you respect each other, you are able to work together. After respect, there's honesty. Also, if you respect someone, it means that you are honest and you're not trying to hide something. And after honesty, if you are honest with everybody of the team, you can create a community and freely share those opinions. And if you are really free to communicate with your team, there's also justice. So if someone does something wrong, can be fired or punished, or just say that he did something wrong. And for us, like the worst, not the word, but less important values is service, because in our opinion, service can be seen like something bad. It sounds like something like the boss asked to do something for
Right.
you. Not like leader, is more like boss.
Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the five principles are intertwined. Okay, I mean they happened simultaneously. Sometimes, okay, yeah. To get the five virtues, those kind of the virtuousness, you have to qualify with the five principles. Okay, without any exception. Right. Okay, one more gentleman or the ladies. Gentleman from India.
If you're talking about the second questions, there, the theory said kind of authority to for their followers to take any actions towards any changes, effective changes. So here we can see like authority is a different term to use here. Authority is it is to realize if somebody's want to change something and they do not how to change or how to move further. They need kind of authority. They need kind of leadership which provide them authority to do that. Reasons, maybe the reasons why they're doing this, how they do this, or kind of authority. So authority is not straight away.
Authority.
Yeah, authority. Yeah. Authority is not meaning straight away somebody is pushing you, but it is all about realize you what you should do by your own self and move further. It's kind of have this perspective, and that's all about I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. Ayub? You want to say something?
No, I was just hearing Vivek, and I think it's very interesting. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. In fact, the Greenleaf's theory, the servant leadership, sounds like a paradox. Paradox. I mean, the paradox. It sounds irrational. Okay, rational. In the real field, to serve you have to serve your followers. It sounds like a paradox, paradoxical, okay, non-natural. But strange to say, the first job by serving your neighbors would be the best way, okay, to make yourself and make your followers to maintain the good relationship, okay, to bring forth the maximize the outcome, okay, yeah. All right, for the rest of time, okay, we're gonna be very limited to continue our discussion. All right, the Bathsheba syndrome. The title of the thesis written by the two scholars in the field of management. You're majoring in the management, right? So you have to read this article. All right? The Ludwig and the Longeneckers in 2013. They wrote some very famous articles, okay, to search for the reason why the successful leaders failed at the final stage, just because of some kind of arrogant, or some kind of the lack of stress, or the lack of duty mind, okay. Then most of the successful leaders at the final stages boasted, oh, I can do everything because I'm a successful leader. That's a critical point to make himself to turn down, right, from the successful to the failure position. Okay, arrogance. Too much self-esteem. Too much self-esteem. Okay, and he had time to lose his first mind. I mean starting line as leaders. Okay. He lost his control, his mind, his spirit. That's the reason why the best Bathsheba is the King David's 8th wife. Okay. Yeah. The one day the Bathsheba took a shower on the roof of the building, his buildings. At the shower site, during the shower, the King David saw her and found that he was a very, very wonderful, very beautiful lady. Okay, even though she was his follower's wife. King David brought the Bathsheba to his palace to make her the wife without any agreement. Okay. It was a behavior that the extremely undesirable, unethical behavior to make a neighbor's wife his wife. Okay. Just because of he controlled everything, because he thought he almighty emperor. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the starting point for failure of successful leaders. Yeah. I strongly encourage you to read that. Yeah. If you're one of the good majors, okay. Good majors in good majors. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Let me make the presentation. Your presentation schedules, starting from the May 22nd. Team 1 and 2. Okay. Why don't you upload your presentation file of your group project? Okay. I just found that only 5 teams uploaded your PowerPoint file by last night. So the rest of the 3 teams should upload your file by today. Okay? Yeah, the rest of it. Six projects sent me an email. Out of the 6 project teams, only 5 project teams uploaded their files. Okay? Yeah. So the rest of the 2 or 3 teams should done by today. Okay? Yeah. So the May 23rd, 3rd and the 4th team, and then May 29th, 5th and the 6th team. Yeah.
What team are being done?
I don't. You know, you are the which team do you belong to? Jonathan?
Like
You don't know that?
I'm supposedly team 5, but we switched it up. So
Okay, yeah. Team 1, 소진, Chloe, Moritz. Team 2, 하영, Luis and Susan. Okay? Yeah. Team 3, 수영, Elena, Julie. Team 3, right? Team 4, 은주, Pauline. 은주 and Pauline? Yeah, team 4. 신은주 and Pauline. Okay, yeah, Pauline. Only 2? Ayub. Yeah, right. Ayub. Yeah, team 4. Team 5, Captain, Charlotte. Captain? Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte. You too? All right. You have not submitted yet. 2 ladies, you have not submitted yet. By today, you should. All right. And the team 6, Jan and Jonathan. Team 6. Okay, Jonathan, take the John next class. Okay, and team 7, Zoe, Clara, Eustace. Okay, last team, Sejin. Where is Sejin? Sejin, Vivek, Singh. Okay, gentleman from India. Okay, everybody's clear? Who belongs to your team? All right, okay. So I think that we have to wrap up this class. Okay, let's call it a day today. And why don't go for your team project? Okay, team presentation. Okay, yeah, from the next week. Okay, any question?
When are you going to give us the results of the exam?
Sorry.
When are you going to give us the results of the midterm?
Midterm? Oh. I checked. I took the midterm exam. Okay, scored. I'm doing probably next week, after next week. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Let's call it a day. Thank you.